32 points for you guys tonight. That's the most in a non-overtime game. What was clicking for you?
For me?
The team.
Oh, for the team.
Yeah, everything.
We're just sharing the basketball. I think we had maybe 30 or over or more assists. Not sure the exact number, but 33 assists. Playing together, just, having great offense. Guys are flying around, cutting hard, screening hard, doing what we're supposed to be doing, and the ball is popping. 41 in the first quarter, and the offense looks good, kind of clean some things up, and, guys are making shots. And obviously that helps, with the assists. We're getting to the line, and, we're just playing for each other.
Your ankle seemed just fine tonight. What was the thought process? Were you going to play? Were you not going to play? That type of thing?
No, I was going to play. Yeah, ankle was fine.
It seemed like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are trying to beat the Kings team for the third time in like a week. Try to sweep the season series. Try to beat a team that just changed their coach, and so that sometimes inspires accountability and extra effort from the players. What does it mean to be able to handle them the way you guys did?
Obviously we knew they were probably going to come in, with a little bit more energy. Anytime you get a coaching change, a trade, anything, it kind of brings new life to the team in a sense. And so we just wanted to, exceed their energy, exceed their physicality, and we did a good job of that tonight for the most part. Fourth quarter, it was tough. Starting the fourth, but for the most part, I think we did a good job of, defending those guys and managing, the energy that we thought they would have coming off the coach change.
JJ said that in the third quarter. You guys got off to a little bit of a bad defensive start. You kind of brought everybody together and shared your thoughts about that moment. What did you see? What did you say to inspire?
Yeah, I just told the guys that we just got to, be better defensively. Obviously that, this team plays very fast, in transition. We were just scoring, we were just, trading buckets, and, we're not going to be able to do that. We got to rely on our defense. So I just told everybody, we got to defend. We got to lay our hats on defense. And, we just kind of locked back in defensively, start getting stops, to finish the third. And then, the fourth, happened again, where they came out and they had 8 points, I want to say. 8 points, I think, in a minute and 50. Which is unacceptable for us. So, that's when Jay called the timeout, and we came back in and just told the guys again, we just got to get stops. We're going to score. We could never win offensively. We got to get stops, and we was able to lock back in defensively.
As a leader, for you to challenge a group like that and to have them respond, I guess, what does it say with the defensive identity this team is starting to kind of put together a little bit?
I mean, it's easy for me just from the sense because they know I'm going to play defense. So you can't, get on guys or expect guys to do something when you're not doing it. So on the defensive end, it's easy for me to go to guys and, get on them or just tell them, what we need from them defensively, what we need from our group defensively, knowing that I'm going to bring it, defensively as well. And the guys responded.
Andy, what do you take away from these 3 games the group's had to play without LeBron, and what can that mean moving forward if you all have to hold the fort down again?
I mean, next man up. I mean, when he's not playing or, any of our guys, not playing, there's always the next guy mentality. And, Gabe came in, to that starting lineup doing what he do, until he took a shot to the hip. But, everybody's, just stepping up, playing well, and that's what it takes, especially defensively because his voice, especially when I'm not out there, he's usually, directing everything in the second unit. So, that was missed, but, guys that, stepped up tonight on the defensive end and got stops, and then offensively, we just try to, have the ball hopping around. So, just play, carefree basketball with making the right decisions.
As you said, LeBron was out. You guys have to step up. Austin. Sorry. Just rest.
Stop doing that, man. Ain't nothing to do.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
Oh my God, man. I love them. See how they treat me? They talk to me however, any type of way. It's like my kids, man. Kids talk to me anytime. Sorry.
So, yeah, that disrespectful guy.
Yeah.
He had 16 assists tonight. Tons more volume, ball handling. What did you see from him in terms of his comfortability in that space?
Yeah.
And I guess how much of this?
Yeah, I mean, he's making a lot of great reads tonight. Reading when to shoot the ball, when to get off of it, and make the right reads. And it's when the ball is in his hands a lot, especially when Bron's out, especially in the first unit too. He's our playmaker. He's our point guard, and he had to take over more. When Gabe went out. So now, if D'Lo's not in the game, he's our primary ball handler. And, I try to do some pressure releasing, so he's not bringing it up every time getting pressure full court. But, he made some great reads tonight, career high 16 assists. Not sure if we're ever going to see that again, but, he was making the right reads and the right plays and, picking the spots on when to shoot, when to pass, and, just picking the defensive part off pick and rolls.
Was that a flex we just saw from him? What was that?
From Austin? When you walk past?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what. I don't know. They always picking on me, man. So.
How dare they?
Will you get anything for LeBron for his 40th birthday?
Will I get anything?
Yeah.
Damn, he's turning 40, huh? It is a big milestone. Probably give him a bottle of vino or something. Nice little. Ooh, I got a nice. Yeah. I got something. Thank you for reminding me. A bad friend. Yes, I will.
Thank you.
JJ said you bring wiggle to this team, and really your ability to draw two defenders and get into the paint opens up so many different layers for this offense to explore. What's kind of your mentality in the offensive end when the ball is in your hands?
Just create an advantage. If it's for me, it's for me. If it's not, we want to get teams scrambling as much as possible. That's when I think that you can have really big quarters in games is when you get past your guy, swing it to the corner, that guy X's out, he swings it to the, wing, he might drive that, and then backside you get a three, you get a lob to AD. So really just create an advantage.
Can you break down the kind of push-ahead dribble move that you used at the end of the third quarter and kind of the inspiration of that move? It almost looks like a sham god, but it's not quite a sham god. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't even know what I did, to be honest with you.
Kind of
Coming off a ball screen?
come off a ball screen, yeah.
They're aggressive defenders. Keon does a good job getting in the ball. De'Aaron does a good job getting in the ball. And I think if I understand what you're saying correctly, it's really just if I got those guys on my hip, it's more so 9 times out of 10 the big's going to not stay with AD, but kind of play the cat and mouse game. They're not going to fully commit to me much. So I think it's more so just getting that ball out there far enough to where he can't back tap and you still have an opportunity to make a play everywhere.
When you're scoring, it's one thing, but when you're scoring and creating for others, it seems like this offense goes to a different level. Is there any mindset shift for you when you guys are down a playmaker? Like without LeBron, when you're in a starting lineup, without a D'Lo, to spend more energy trying to find shots for other people?
No, it's really just playing the game the right way. I feel like my parents and my brother did a good job teaching me the game the right way. Pass it to the guy that's open, and if he's not open to shoot a shot, he can drive and kick, and you can play, advantage basketball. But it's really just about, playing the game the right way, trusting the offense, the system that we have. It's never, fun to not have Bron. He creates so much, chaos and, security for us. But, it's just, a collective group. Everybody knows that they got to step up and do something to help us be successful.
Austin, can you talk about just how much this system works for you and then just your ability to be a scorer and, be a distributor?
Yeah, I grew up basically my whole life until I went to college. I really enjoyed, passing the ball. Excuse me. My freshman year and sophomore year of high school, my brother was our best player on the high school team, and my job was to get him the ball. My freshman year, I might have averaged 7, 8. Sophomore year, maybe 10, 11, but, I really enjoyed, creating for others, getting everybody going, and just helping the team be successful. But like I said, it's really, it's always been for me about, just making the right play. And, sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I throw the ball to the other team and doesn't look good, but it worked out tonight.
Austin, often JJ talks about that flow state when it comes to offense, but mainly when it comes to shooting. But tonight you got it done with distributing the ball and passing. When did you realize you were kind of in a really good rhythm and finding players that were open, and how did you kind of make sure that continued going on throughout the game?
Kind of just like I said, just, trusting, what the coaches have, laid out for us to do offensively and defensively. And then obviously when you make shots, I made a comment there. Someone, said something about the 16 assists that, the majority of the time it's not, the hard thing's not to, throw the ball to the open guy. It's probably harder to make the shot than to throw it to the guy. So, when guys are making shots, it's, you see the assist, but it's really them doing all the work.
There are games when going into it, kind of what to expect out of an opponent. And after a coaching change, after beating a team 3 times, after beating them twice in a week, it's probably a pretty safe bet that the Kings were going to start hot with energy. How encouraged were you that you guys were able to kind of not only match that energy, but maybe even exceed it early? And is that a sign of growth, you think, for this group, that in terms of having a task like that and being able to execute it?
Yeah, we knew they were going to come out with energy, like you said. They're, like I said on the court, they're a good basketball team, and they're not, they're not what their record shows. They have talent, they have discipline, and I think for the most part they play the game the right way, and I think that they'll figure it out. But like you said, they were going to come out with energy. And I remember the first media timeout, I was very happy because I was tired, because we score, not score. De'Aaron Fox would be up the court in 2 seconds. So it's a lot of up and downs. But, we kind of, like I said, expected that. And, was very happy with how we, addressed that, managed that. And like you said, I think it is growth. I think, you can see the growth throughout, our group.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
English, please. English. I failed already at that.
Dalton, you had a really good game coming off the bench. It looks like you're kind of finding your rhythm. What's it like going through this, rookie season and having the ups and downs and maintaining that confidence throughout it? I
would say just move on to the next game. Yeah, there's a lot of games compared to my schedule last year. I'm already halfway there pretty much for my college career. So just take it one game at a time, and good or bad, move on to the next one, because I have the next game coming in.
Hey, Dalton, what can you say about Austin tonight? 16 assists, career high for him. Just the playmaking he had when, with LeBron out of the lineup.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. When Bron and AD were out getting a gold medal, we was playing pickup, and I got to see that. He's a really good playmaker, and I think with Bron out and he's more of the primary guy, it really shows that he could really play make as well as score.
Hey, Dalton, anything you're getting from facing the same opponent multiple times now in a rookie season? You've seen the Kings a couple times.
Yeah, they don't let me shoot. I think that's the thing. They definitely won't leave me.
Can you just talk about just the way you guys distribute the ball tonight, and how did that open the floor up for you guys?
Yeah, just getting their defense moving. We know they play heavy in the gap, so when we got the ball moving from side to side, and then it just freed up the lane, especially for AR and AD to get down and do what they do. Appreciate y'all.
Yep. Hey, Rui, first, just individually, you've been in a pretty good three-point shooting rhythm all year, but the 5 threes at Golden State, you get your first 4 tonight. What are the actions that are kind of that you're in the spots that you're getting to and the knowledge of the offense? Is that contributing, and where do you feel like this whole rhythm is coming from?
I mean, yeah, this has been, I've been working on these shots for, years, and especially since I got with the Lakers, that has been my number one goal, and, especially playing with LeBron and AD, they attract a lot of defense, so it was going to be
the shot for me. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted, and start coming out, together. So yeah, I gotta keep shooting that.
Yeah, JJ talked about before the game expecting Sacramento's best effort, that they fired the coach the previous day, and they did come out energetic like that. How did you guys meet that moment, meet the energy without LeBron and Gabe going down as well?
Yeah, we were fired up too, especially we think about last year, we got blow up, literally we lost all 5-6 games against them, throughout the season. So yeah, it's a payback, we have to, we have to show we got better. We're more together now, and our chemistry is way better than last year. So, yeah, it's a progress, and I think it shows that.
Rui, Redick was mentioning that during that third quarter run, AD kind of talked to the team about stepping up that defensive level. How important was this leadership in this game, especially with LeBron out?
Yeah, we needed it. He was talking. We were up by like 17 or something after the third quarter, but he was he was trying to get us going. He said, "Look, this is not a game yet. We gotta keep attacking it." So I think that kind of hit us, and I think if he didn't have that, we kind of relaxed probably. Get into the fourth quarter. So I think that was a good play by AD. And yeah, we gotta keep. We need that leadership like that. Yeah, more.
Rui, you talked about the chemistry between last year and this year. Can you talk about like what's the difference between the two seasons, and also talk about the way that you guys distribute the ball tonight?
Yeah, we're just more comfortable with each other. We trust each other more, and yeah, especially we got new coaches, and yeah, the player has been. We still missing a couple guys. From last year. So yeah, we still building it, but I think it's more so the what we started, and where we came from. We just we start more trusting each other. That's the number one key. For this is basketball, the team sports. We have to, it's a team sports, and we have to play for each other. So yeah, I think that's the number one thing that we progress in it.
Rui, in recent games, JJ's kind of gone with a small ball lineup that's kind of featured you at center at the 5. Just kind of what's that kind of been like for you? What's your comfort level, I guess? Playing the small ball.
Yeah, just gotta it's just small ball, but just still gotta play. We gotta be more physical than other team. We gotta play faster, and then we gotta shoot more threes. That was the key that we talk about. Especially the threes part. It's like because we're gonna open up the floors, and yeah, we can shoot more threes. It's just not me. It's everybody. We can. I'm faster than most of the five men in this league. So I gotta use my strengths, and yeah, just those kind of stuff we focus on.
お疲れ様です。イルネスというふうに最初出ていたんですけれども、どういった症状だったんですか。それでいつ頃ちょっと症状がおかしくなって、ちょっと試合が始まるまでどんなふうに流れで出るようになったか教えていただけますか。
そうですね。まだ少し少しまだ風邪気味なんですけど、クリスマスゲーム終わった後ですかね。その次の日オフがあったんですけども、その時からちょっと風邪気味になったので、昨日練習出れなくて、それで。テストとかもいろいろしたんですけど全部ネガティブだったので、今日の朝、ちょっと良くなったので、そこで、今日も朝練習がなかったので、そこでまた休んで、寝たりして起きた時に、調子が、試合出れるぐらいの調子になってたので、そこでチームに連絡してきました。
プレーしている時はどうでしたか。
そうですね、結構ちょっときつかったんですけど、3クォーターの時は、そこで交代もあって、少し気をついでから4クォーターに向けてやったので、そう良かったんじゃないかなと思います。
わかりました。
お疲れ様です。このチームは、レブロンと AD が中心になって引っ張っているチームなんですけれども、この前の試合は AD が途中で抜けて、今日はレブロンがいなくて、その中でチームが勝ち切ったということで、チームとしての戦い方が確立されてきているような思いはありますか。
そうですね。やっぱりこうやってプレイヤーが、レブロンとか AD とかもそうですけど、他のプレイヤーもいなくなったり来たり出たりした中で、そういう時にこそやっぱりチームの本当の力が出ると思うので、そうやってプレイヤー、特に2人のそういう大黒柱がいない時にどれだけ僕らが一緒になってプレーして、勝てるかっていうか、そういうチームとかに勝てるかっていうのが大事だと思うので、そこは僕ら示してきてるんじゃないかなと思うので、もっとやっていきたいなと思います。
で八村選手は結構レブロンがいない時に 積極的にこう行く傾向があると思うんですけど、その辺はやっぱり意識していますか？
そうですね、彼がいてもいなくてもやっぱりそこは自分のプレーをしようといつも意識してやってるので、そういう中で僕と彼は結構ポジションが似てるので、そこで、たまに難しいところはあると思うんですけど、その中でもこうチームとして勝ってきてるのでいいんじゃないかなと思います。はい。
Hey, JJ, Austin has the 16 assists and AD, the efficient shooting night. What was the action that was kind of working consistently throughout? It seemed like you guys were really able to get pretty good shots the whole evening.
We ran a ton of different stuff tonight. There was some early offense stuff that we got to with the two of them. There was some early offense stuff that we got to using some of their ducks, sort of a third party joining the party. But I just, it was less so what we ran, to be honest with you, and just our guys' willingness to pass. It was a big emphasis in our meeting today. It's been a big emphasis for the last, 7 to 10 days. It can be a simple game with some complex ideas, but we want to run, we want to pass, and we want to screen. And that's really what we've tried to emphasize, to have back-to-back games, 30 assists, 9 turnovers against Golden State, 33 assists and 11 turnovers tonight. Both those guys, just the willingness to be aggressive, but the patience to make the right play consistently and get guys shots. And I think our offense just had a nice flow to it. The big thing for us, I talked about it at halftime. Like those guys, they want to play pickup. They want to get the ball out, run, go one-on-one, get in the paint, get downhill, and they're really good. They're really good in that environment. And we did a better job in the second half. It wasn't perfect, but we did a better job of setting our defense, did a better job of getting back. And we wanted it to be an execution game, and we executed on the offensive end.
You guys have had ups and downs, certainly this year, and your most recent stretch when you were struggling, Austin wasn't on the court. He was out with the pelvic injury. How was tonight another example of just what he means to the program?
Yeah, just the wiggle, the ability to touch the paint in the half court, the ability to get 2 on the ball. I mean, that's huge for us. And when we're stagnant and slow, we can't get 2 on the ball, and we have a harder time touching the paint, and we end up with a bad shot profile, and we end up in a lot of butter situations, and that's just not how we want to play offense. And Austin is vital to us being able to touch the paint. He's vital to us being able to get into the blender, and he was it's just big time tonight from him, big time.
A couple, JJ. Gabe talked about, Gabe went to the back at halftime, whenever that happened, I forgot. He took that big foul, from Sabonis.
Yeah.
Sorry. How is he doing? Is there any concern about this being a big picture issue?
So, all I know is that there seems to be some sort of oblique issue from the hit from Sabonis, and there's no real update or timeline to give you until he gets further evaluated.
And along Dave's question in terms of Austin, he's a guy that, has the ability to orchestrate and dominate an offense on any given night. That's not always his role on this team. I guess, how do you best view what you want from him going forwards in terms of volume of offense versus his ability to sort of fit in around other great players?
Yeah, I don't think that tonight is like an aberration for what he can do when we're fully healthy. I don't view it that way. I think he is going to naturally take the second or third most shots most nights. I think he's naturally going to have the ball. He is the primary handler. He's naturally going to be involved in pick and rolls and dribble handoffs. When the season started, we would run, an ATO or 2 for him every game. We kind of got away from that for a while, and then he got hurt. But really just for us, a lot of the stuff we do to start halves and start quarters is all movement based, and he's a primary part of any movement stuff we do. So we started running more ATOs for him. The ATO to start the game, drain to three. The ATO to start the third quarter, drain to three. I think the movement piece, and then also being able to be the primary handler. I think this is who he is to me. He can do this nightly. Maybe not 16 assists. I don't want to set the bar that high for him, but efficient offense, playmaking, scoring, shooting, all of that.
Yeah, Coach, I was just going to ask you about that. Just Austin Reaves had 16 assists. AD had 8 assists. What do you make of just the team's ability to distribute the ball today?
Yeah, I mean they're a heavy. We talked about it now for 3 times in the last 10 days, but they're a paint swarm team. They're a heavy help team. They're a nail shift team. They're a heavy pocket protect team. They're a heavy low man team. Like, there's opportunities to pass the ball. And when you're involved in the play, it's your job to make the right read and the right decision, and those guys did it more times than not tonight.
Coach, the Lakers had a monster third quarter. I believe they outscored the Kings 42-24 there. What was the biggest reason the game took a turn in your favor during that period?
We didn't get off to a very good defensive start to start that quarter. I believe it was around the 76, 75, somewhere in there. We went down and got fouled, and AD grabbed the group, and he I didn't have to say it. He got on him about the defense and not getting stops, and we got stops. We were able to score some after misses. That was our best defensive quarter as well, and I think those things are very often correlated.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.